Well, hi. Well, this will be first introductory post. Welcome to my page. Yay! Uh, I guess we'll start with the basics. Um, my name's Katrina. The Naps McGee comes from a tag I've had for a long time, so I just plan on keeping it. Just is what it is at this point. Part of me now. Thanks. I'm 27 years old. Live in South Jersey. From Harlem, though. I've lived in different states in the South, so my family's primarily Southern. So I have a mixture of roots in me. You'll discover that from getting to know me, I suppose. No children right now. No husband right now. No boyfriend right now. I've been BBW for a good portion of my life. There was a point in time I was like slimmer. A point in time in my life where I was super athletic. So I kind of know what it feels like to be on both sides of the spectrum. So I know what it feels like, what my body is supposed to feel like, if anything. So I have that understanding of what I'm looking for as far as that's concerned. What else can I give you just off the top? So I guess when it comes down to the basics with this part too. So primarily this page is going to be used for hair, skin, and the maintenance thereof, returning back to health. Also, getting rid of toxic things in your life. I don't have all the answers, obviously, but I'm definitely considering a lending ear to a lot of my friends. I've had my share of drama as well, so of course I have a level of experience as well. But I can tell you what I know from experience. I can tell you what is a good idea for you. So of course, like if you have any issues, come to me. I'll certainly try to answer them as much as possible. Any kind of concerns with your hair, I can probably try to answer as much as possible. Or skin, I could try that too. I'm starting from scratch right now when it comes to those kind of situations. I'm trying to, and this page also is for health as well, excuse me. I do know what it's like to live a healthier lifestyle, and I've definitely fallen off the wayside with all three of these things: skin, hair, general living healthy period, as far as like your food decisions, your exercise decisions, mental health. Like my mental health is fine, but it could be always better. There's always room for improvement. Things to make your life better in general, like organization. Excuse me, start from scratch from that too. My crib, I'll be honest with you, because the whole point of this is to expose everything that people go through. My crib is clean. It ain't organized. The truth. Has it always been this way? No, of course. The fuck? Like, who you think I am right now? But it's primarily because I'm one of those people who have a super busy schedule. I have two jobs. The hours of these two jobs are crazy. Like sometimes I work 16 hours, sometimes I work 12, sometimes I work 8, sometimes I do doubles. It's crazy. And then there's different days. I don't have consistent days. Then on my days off, I try to fit in things that involve a social life, cleaning, cooking, friends, something, and everything doesn't get done within the time that I do have off. Sometimes I'll have a day, sometimes I'll have hours off. There's no guarantee. So I'm trying to get to the point in my life where I get everything with a balance. So the point of this page is to hold me accountable and to hopefully show you guys that you can go from an unbalanced, unorganized, you're not together completely type of space to getting back to a point where everything is cool and where you want to reach for your own happiness. That's the goal. So hopefully we can do this together. That's the plan anyway of this page. Oh, excuse me. On my phone here. I just got an XR. It's a little bit too big for my hands, but I'm getting used to it. Whatever. So anyway, other things about me. So, of course, I don't have a full college education. I have went to college, obviously, Haven't finished for the same exact reasons. Working too much, having an unorganized life. But will I say that I'm well read? Yeah, of course. I read in my spare time. I've been reading since the age of like 3, 4. I have parents that can attest to this. I've been that baby that was quiet and went in her room, read books. I was seen, not heard. That was my life. I certainly didn't grow up to be this way, though. I definitely have gotten to a point where, you get me the way you get me. I'm raw, I'm uncut. When I have something to say, of course, I try not to come off brash when I say certain things, but I'm going to be as honest as possible. And I'm going to be as candid as possible in my opinions. Because one, I'm entitled to them. And then two, because something that I didn't say could be the something that you needed to hear. And then also, if something bothers me and it's a continued action after a while, I'm going to it's going to mess me up. And I'm not about to sit there and mess myself up because of your energy and how I feel about you. Let everything be out in the open. That way we can just either just cut ties. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. But either way, my energy is still what it needs to be. That's just how I feel about certain things. My conscience is clear. Of course, like I have tons of books that I've read, but I'm always open to new books. So if you have any book ideas, please throw them my way. I will read them. Promise you. Just let me know. So yeah, anything else I kind of feel like we can address when it comes down the road as far as like my personality, addressing certain mental issues, all those things. We'll get there. You'll get to know me. That's the whole point of the page. Exposing. Right? Okay. Now to this part of the basics. So, like I said, it's about first skin, hair, health, blah, blah, blah. Background on that as well with my hair. So, I've been natural since 2009. I cut all my hair off in 2010. I think June or July 2010. So, how it happened. Now, around that time, it wasn't the trend to go natural. Just wasn't. It was a big divide. There was some girls, that were doing the natural thing, but it was very few. And then there was a lot of girls that was making arguments about, you're crazy, I'm never not perming my hair, relaxing my hair, you look wild, blah, blah, blah. Nappy hair isn't for everybody. It's just tons of things that Black women were saying about natural hair at the time when I had went natural. And my underlying decision was two things to go natural. One, top of the list, I should say, my friend Ayana, which I'm not sure if she plans on watching this page, but if she ever does, salute to you, because you're like the person who got me here. Love you forever. I was working with her at the time in my job that I was working in high school and a little bit afterwards. And she's the first person I knew that decided to go through the transition of going relaxed to natural. So I watched some of her process and it intrigued me. So I had made the decision just to stop relaxing my hair. I didn't cut all my hair off at the time. My plan was to grow it out completely and go from there. And I think that Ayana had went and did it successfully up to a certain degree. I did not have the patience. I really tried to go through the whole transition styles and I did searches, and YouTube didn't have as many resources as it does now. The hair products that we currently have, we didn't have half of them things back when I went natural. I was still using stuff that was still being used on relaxed hair, and it didn't have the right type of moisture, like none of that stuff. It was so ignorant Like, the hair community was so ignorant to natural hair back then. It was ridiculous. And you kind of had to come up with your own shit back then. So I was using, like, whenever I could find it, natural stuff. Like, I went and I found 100% shea butter at the time. That was a fail. Learned then you have to mix it with certain things in order for it to work for your hair. Otherwise, just pure shea butter should be for your skin. Tons of things I've learned along the way that people just sometimes just get automatically and don't even realize that they have that information. It's crazy. It's something like, you know how you see the younger kids work with calculators and shit, and they do all this extra stuff up there, but you had to learn the long division way to do stuff, but they get this stuff in the instant. And it's like, yo, I had to put in the work to get where you're at. Or even better, the era where people was using like the flip cell phones and they were texting each other and they had to go by one single letter with the cell phones. But then now, like, we have smartphones, you just hit a button, you get your letter. Same feeling, same emotion. So anyway, I digress. But I was fed up and I cut my hair off. I went to a salon, walked in, simply just said, cut it all off. So I said to cut it at the point where the natural hair starts and the relaxed hair ends. Or do I have it opposite? Like sorry, I do. The natural hair ends and the relaxed hair starts. Excuse me. Sorry. I just got off a 12-hour shift. Forgive me. And I don't think the stylist even knew how to recognize the difference between relaxed hair and natural hair and what point to cut it. So when she had cut it, she had styled it right afterwards. So I couldn't really tell that she didn't get everything until after I took my hair out. And I'm like, why does my hair look like this? And then I thought it had to do with the fact that, you know, you were still growing out your relaxer, like it was still deeply embedded into your pores. That was a thing, a thought back in the day that really existed. Complete lie. No. So anyway, it's just the fact she didn't cut it right. So my friend Ayana once again had identified that, and she took the time out and started cutting away at it. And I still didn't fully like the cut after she had did it. She got all the stuff out, but it just didn't look right for me. So then after she did it, when I went to North Carolina, because I moved there like a couple weeks after she had did all that for me, and I cut my hair to a lower point. So I almost had like a low-key fade out here. Like I was really working with like a boy haircut in these streets. And it was working. It was cool. I just didn't know how to function with that style. So I didn't feel comfortable in it. Once again, I didn't have that many examples to see women out here wearing those kind of looks. And then it was still a point where if you had nappy hair, you weren't cute. So I was from that era where women didn't know the beauty of themselves yet. So literally, I had to teach myself how to love myself by myself. Like everything that I've learned as far as like my self-standards have been taught by me. I can't even say family. It's been taught by me. These social media examples that you see now, I think are a product of that feeling. So I think there's more women out here like me that had to learn self-love and self-appreciation from themselves and had to fight within them to learn how to like project that and show others the way. So hopefully, once again, I do the same thing here and I keep that going. So anyway, from there, I didn't like myself when I first cut my hair off, so it took me a long time to take a single picture of myself. Then I started like a little mini album, took a couple of selfies here and there, and then I started getting the groove of doing certain things like mini twists. At first, it took me forever. You're talking to a girl who did relaxers and blew her hair out, ran a flat iron through it, went to school. That's it. And grease, petroleum grease, stuff that really wasn't healthy for your hair, but you didn't know because you were ignorant. There's a difference. So learning that whole process was difficult, but eventually I did learn. Eventually there were YouTube personalities that did come out that did practice how to do your own natural hair. I watched a couple of those. Do I know the names off top right now? No, I could probably search in my YouTube page to find it, but I could tell you who the real originals were in the game. Really, really. I know one of them for sure is I think it's Natural 85. She's the original in the game, for sure. I got some more up there too, but we'll get there another day. So, anyway, I've grown my hair longer than this before, cut it down. I think that this is like the third time my hair has gotten short from me not taking care of it. So at first I had cut my hair, say last year, and I straightened it. And then after that, it's been a year full of me being lazy, me just doing the bare minimum, not even the minimum. So I'm at the point now where I'm back here at the same point where I usually would straighten my hair, and I don't feel comfortable with the idea because I feel that my hair has a lot of damage. Not damage as far as heat damage as far as like not being moisturized when it should have been moisturized, not wrapping it at night, not trimming it. I haven't trimmed it in a year. If you're looking, you can kind of tell that I haven't trimmed my hair. If you really pay attention and you know what hair is supposed to look like, that's not it. Like, how do I put it? So for the people that don't know, that's the whole point of teaching. So anytime that you get to a point where your hair gets thin like that at the end, like it's thick at first and then it thins out like that, all that thin stuff that you see, if you see through it, you should cut that off. That's dead ends. Otherwise, it looks stupid. Like it does right now. Hey. So, anyway, my original plan, like a couple of months ago, was to go ahead and just lock my hair and call it a day. And I did for a period of time wear what was necessary for it to lock. It started locking some places. I didn't like the size of the locks, so I took them right back down. And this is the result of that happening, basically. So we're here with that. But once again, from me knowing how to do and learning how to do hair within the past like almost decade, I can tell you what products work, what products don't. I can tell you how much hair isn't the same for everybody. So everyone's going to have their own go-to products. I'm not here to promote products. I'm here to just simply be a guide. What to look for, what not to look for, to tell you how to start looking for something that works for you and when something is not working for you. I could tell you that. For women that have similar hair types like me, I can give you a better picture to show you what it looks like. And then one day you could probably compare and contrast and see, hey, maybe Katrina's method works for me. Maybe I should go and gravitate towards a product that she uses. Cool. I have all suggestions, as many as possible. I can give it to you. We'll get there. Yeah, that's my hair in a nutshell with that one. My skin. So my skin isn't terrible. I've seen way worse out here. But what I will say is that I have a blackhead problem. Really because I have a habit of just simply just washing my face, but I don't exfoliate the way I should. And that leaves excess skin for some reason for me because my hair has a weird combination to it. So sometimes I'll get like really dry patches, and the dry patches will somehow clog up my pores. It's really, really weird. But if I get into a routine where I'm scrubbing, then the blackheads will disappear on me. and I won't see him anymore. And the cheeks having a slight discoloration, I think that's a normal thing. It's been that way since as long as I can remember, but I don't fully remember that in my younger years. So I'm hoping when I really like stick to a scrub routine, like for real, that maybe that will go away. If not, as long as my skin is healthy, I'm perfectly fine with that. Um, I'm not here for styles. I'm not here for makeup tutorials. I'll just tell you that off the gate. I've never been a person that's been into styles. I can two-strand twist. I can two-strand flat twist. I can't cornrow. Never learned how to cornrow. Once again, you're talking to a person who's only done relaxers all her life. And I never took the time and the patience to fully learn how to cornrow. I started, I never finished. It's a shortcoming. Maybe one day, along with doing these videos with you, I'll learn how to do it. And then I'll just pass it on to you guys. But right now, it's not the time. I'm sorry. I've seen elaborate styles, of course, over my time of being natural. Can I do them? Of course not. There is some styles I've learned that I could probably pass on to you one day. Quick little things you can do. My go-to forever and a day will always be a twist out. Always. I've done a wash and go one time that was successful. Any other time, you can say it's successful because it got the results. I washed it and I went, but it didn't sit the way I wanted it to sit. And with my face being the shape that it is, I need hair that cooperates with the shape of my face, and it just didn't work out in that sense. So I got a lot of shrinkage. It felt like my hair was like sitting heavy on my head because of how much shrinkage I had. Like for some reason it feels weird to have that. But that one day I had it right. And I kind of remember what I did. We'll go through that in the video, see if I get the same results. We'll get there too. So I covered hair, skin. So when it comes down to weight loss, how I'm going to handle that. Now, I don't want to get super small. That's not my goal here. I'm not trying to shed like 100 pounds in like 4 months. That's absolutely ridiculous. And that's not even close to being my goal. My goal more say, probably, so I'm at like 310 right now. I'll be cool with 230. I think that was a happy weight for me. It's not the ideal weight for doctors. It was just a good weight for me and how I felt comfortable in my own skin. So if you do the math on that, what's that, like 80 pounds? Okay, I could lose something like 80 pounds, so I could deal with that. Now, is it something I'm trying to achieve all at once in a quick fashion? Heck no. Multiple reasons why. One, I don't want that saggy skin feeling. Two, I want to change my lifestyle back to what it used to be. I don't want a quick fix. And I want this to be a continuous thing where I'm not rushing through it. Taking it baby steps, per se. So that's one. I primarily eat fish. I do still dabble in chicken and beef from time to time. It's a rarity, but it's not something consistently that I do. My ultimate goal is to get rid of both chicken and beef altogether and for a permanent basis. I don't drink or eat dairy. Lying to you already. Let me not do that. I don't drink dairy. I do occasionally partake in cheese because I don't know why I can't give up cheese. I'm working on that. And I do occasionally dabble in ice cream. But it's not that serious for me because they do have like plenty on the market, like cashew milk ice cream that tastes delicious. I don't need ice cream. I just happen to pick it because it's on sale. I ain't gonna lie to you. So my general idea is to be just simply pescatarian, leaning more towards a vegetable full diet. Primarily because, like, one, I've noticed that whenever I went completely vegan, I've had a I have completely more energy than I've ever had than when I had meat. So my goal is to wake up in the morning and actually feel not groggy. And the times that I went vegan, I woke up in the morning not groggy. It's not simply just from like drinking water. I don't like your body takes on a complete different feeling when you have all this vitamins and nutrients and everything that it needs. And I'm not trying to suggest people all do that, but I'm saying to you, you should try it once in a while. See how your body feels. The suggestion for you. But in the process, I will probably be doing some recipes, show you some. You're going to see me cook. That's what I do. Organization of life. So my plan is to go back to school. So you're going to see, one, me getting prepared for that. You're going to hear me talk about school probably. My crib isn't where I want it to be organization wise. And that's kind of a mental block for me to do other things. Like, for some reason, I can't focus if my house isn't in order. It's something that was instilled in me. I've also had teaching in life too, where whenever I do clean, I have to deep clean instead of just basic clean. And that's a good thing. It's a bad thing. So what happens with that? When you deep clean, you take everything out. And that can cause a greater mess than when you came in with. So now you have to deal with the overhaul of getting all that situated and all this stuff that you didn't realize that was fully there and get rid of it. And that could be a mental undertaking. So having multiple places in your house like that can be a definite undertaking. So you're going to watch me go through that too. We're going to grow together. That's what we're going to do here. So anyway, that's the general gist of getting to know me. Hopefully this video wasn't too long for you. Like I said, it's an introduction. I'll try to make them much shorter unless I'm cooking in the future. We'll find out from there. I'm also going to learn how to edit as well. I have lots of goals here. Can you tell? I have lots of goals and plans for this page. But we're going to do this together. We're going to learn together. And hopefully I teach you a couple of things in the process. So anyway, I just did a 12-hour last night. So I'm tired. It's probably why I'm mumbling. I'm going to go to sleep because I have to work tonight. Like I said, feel free to message me with any questions. I'm here. And I look forward to this. Bye.